workplace in a culture of retaliation where workers feared retribution for making minor mistakes, seeming disloyal, or, God forbid, upsetting Mr. Cuomo. That's where we start our deep dive tonight with attorney Brian WEINTHAL, who specializes in employment law and defending claims just like those leveled at the governor. Brian, good to see you. We appreciate it, counselor. All right, what's worse, the crime or the cover-up?
Difficult to say in this instance. When I read the Attorney General's report, I was horrified by the conduct that Governor Cuomo engaged in.
Well, yet, hold on, and we have to rightly say, alleged to have engaged in. This was not proven in a court of law, right?
You are correct. It is alleged conduct at the moment. But what I was stunned by in reading the New York Times article today was the extent of the retaliation here. In most sexual harassment cases, the retaliation that goes on is specific to job. I complained about sexual harassment and I got fired, or I got demoted. Something at work happened to me. Here, it appeared that the governor and his staff were actually trying to ruin this person's life, to actually ruin her credibility so that she was no longer a productive member of society. That was quite troubling. So I think it's difficult to figure out which is worse, the crime or the cover-up of it here.
The AG's report that you talk about, do we have any idea what the standard of proof here is? Because if you listen to Governor Cuomo's attorneys, they weren't allowed to participate at all. They weren't allowed to deliver exculpatory evidence. They weren't allowed to question witnesses.
What I find so incredible is, as I watched the press conference today among Governor Cuomo's attorneys, was the idea that their complaint was that Cuomo's office hadn't been given a copy of the report in advance. When asked at the press conference, how would the accusers be protected if the report came in advance? The response was, well, Governor Cuomo won't retaliate. The problem, of course, though, is the report accuses him of creating a culture of retaliation. Go ahead, please.
I guess the question, though, is, let's just assume for the moment everything in this report is true. And we want to caution, we are assuming that for the sake of argument. Does the retaliation put Governor Cuomo and or other state officials at risk of different criminal charges than the alleged harassment and possible sexual assault?
He's at risk of both civil and criminal charges.
For the retaliation?
For the retaliation. So as we heard today, the first accuser has filed criminal charges. The Albany Sheriff's Office is processing those charges as we speak, and apparently is holding a press conference tomorrow. In this instance, there's almost no question that the state of New York and the governor's office is going to be subject to massive civil liability. Of course, under Title VII, the federal statute, or the New York Human Rights Act, there are going to be lawsuits for the conduct alleged here. So he's probably going to answer for both that on the civil side and also criminal charges as they come from here. There's certainly no guarantee that this is the last we've seen of a criminal charge from an accuser.
And very different than the impeachment trial that may or may not be happening, but that we understand is beginning in Albany. Again, I go back to, what's the standard of proof in this AG report's investigation? Because they say, we've concluded all these things are happening, but last time I checked, the accused have a right to confront their accusers, and that didn't happen here.
Well, the idea here is that in an investigative report, there really is no standard per se because they're not necessarily concluding action to flow from there. I was actually surprised because the Attorney General's office has not handed down charges of any kind. They've said that their work is finished based on the investigation itself.
So does that mean that they perhaps think that they don't have enough to charge, but enough to smear?
Not necessarily.
But possible?
It could be. I'm not sure. I don't know what they're thinking, but the idea here certainly is if we get to the civil side of this, the standard is going to be if we go to the criminal side of this, of course, the standard we all know will be proof beyond a reasonable doubt. On the civil side, it just simply has to be more likely than not that the governor perpetrated this conduct for purposes of liability attaching.
All right, last question as we go through this. What happens next from a civil standpoint? Does criminal follow civil or civil follow criminal?
Ordinarily, criminal moves faster because there are requirements as to how quickly you have to move on criminal charges. On the civil side, in just about all states, before you can actually bring a lawsuit in court against either an entity or an individual, you need to first go to that state agency's, the discrimination agency of the state to file a charge. They will investigate it and either find evidence to proceed or allow you then to go to court. So criminal will move much faster than civil in this instance.
All right, Brian, thank you very much. We appreciate it.
Thank you.
Good to see you. All right. CNN offered, we understand, and he accepted. Anchor Chris Cuomo, we're told, is taking a week off from his primetime show as his older brother, New York Governor Andrew Cuomo,